everyone, my name is Lauren and I'm from Get Your Play Online, and we're going to be doing a fun activity today. It's science and sensory, so we're going to make shaving cream peacocks. So I wanted to show you an example so you can kind of picture what you're going to be making. Yours can look different, but this is how I made mine. So I used a couple different colors of shaving cream, and I added a beak and little antenna feathers and little legs. So, and don't worry, there'll be plenty of time to feel the shaving cream and have fun squishing it. So the supplies you'll need 5 bowls. So I have these bowls, medium-sized bowls is fine. You'll need 5 spoons. You'll need a piece of white paper. It can be any type of paper. It could be thicker or it can be printer paper, whatever size you want as well. And then after we've done our handprints, we'll want some colorful pens to add details to the peacock, if you would like. We also need, of course, shaving cream. So it has to be the kind that comes out white instead of the blue kind. So I have a couple different shaving creams here that I'm going to be using. You also will want some paper towels and some cleaning supplies for at the ends. Okay, I'm really excited to get started. So what I'm going to do first is take one of my bowls. I'm going to take, I have 3 bowls. Here's the third. And I'm going to make these my shaving cream bowls. And these 2 bowls, I'm going to leave empty for now. Okay? So, first, I need my shaving cream. So, I have it in here. And I'm going to put about 3 pumps. If you want to do more, you can. But you only really need about 3. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to repeat that for the next 2 of the 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, makes a funny sound. 2, 3. All right. So I have my 3 shaving cream bowls, and I'm going to leave these 2 bowls empty for now. Okay? So now, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, you also need some food coloring. So I'll give you some time to get what you need, because we want to have colorful peacocks. Okay? And I'm going to take my shaving cream bowls, and when I'm ready, I'm going to add different colors. I have here blue, red, and yellow. It's kind of hard to see the yellow because it's a little dark, but it's yellow. And I'm going to make my 3 bowls of shaving cream those base colors. So red, blue, and yellow are primary colors. So they're the base colors, and if you mix those, you can make any other color. Okay, so I'm going to start with some red. Take the top off. I have my shaving cream. And you can do as many drops as you want. If you do fewer drops, it'll be more pink. If you do more drops, it'll be more deep red. Okay? I like to add lots of food coloring, so I like it nice and red. So I'm doing that. And then put the top back on because you don't want it spilling. It's good to have a place where you can get a little bit messy. I'm at my kitchen table, or if you want to put newspaper down, that's cool too. So in your bathroom or your kitchen, anywhere, you can get a little bit messy. Okay, now I have those 5 spoons. I'm going to take one of them, and I'm going to mix up my shaving cream into the food coloring so I get the color I want. And if it's not the right color, I can add a little more shaving cream to make it lighter, or I can add some more red to make it darker. So what color is your first bowl of shaving cream? I got this beautiful, it's a little hard to see, but it's kind of a salmon color. It's a little similar to my shirt. Salmon color like the fish, kind of a light pink, or like coral reefs, kind of a coral color. This is a beautiful color, but I personally want to add a little more red. So I'm going to do that. And we will get the opportunity to mix colors later on. So if you're not perfectly happy with your color, then you can mix it with some others and get a new color. So don't worry about that. Okay. I'm going to keep stirring. What does the shaving cream smell like for you? What does the food coloring smell like? Do you like the smell? Do you not like the smell? Is it fluffy? Is it hard or soft? We'll have plenty of time to play with it with our hands. Okay. It's a little more red. I think I'm going to leave it that way for now. Okay. So I'm going to put that off to the side. And my next bowl of shaving cream's in there. I'm going to make this one blue. You can choose the color you want from the food coloring you have. So I'm going to pop the top off. And do however many drops I want to. The thing with food coloring is you can add more shaving cream to lighten the color, but it's a lot easier to darken a color than lighten the color. So if you're not really sure how many drops to do, I would do just a few, and you can always add more once you mix it up. Taking my second spoon, you want your spoons to be clean because they're going to get the color that you want in the bowl. So this one is getting a nice, pretty blue. So these are the colors I used for this peacock. It's like a purple, blue, green, and a little yellow beak. But you can do any colors you want. Okay? I'm mixing this up. I have this nice pale blue. I think I'm going to add a few more drops and see what happens. Do you like the color of your shaving cream, or is it not what you thought it would be? Do you want to add some more food coloring or a little more shaving cream? That's why it's good to use a medium bowl, because even though we're only using 3 pumps, you can always add a little more shaving cream if you need to. I'm just mixing in this one. Looking nice. I have my blue, and then I have the third bowl of shaving cream. And then we have the 2 empty bowls as well, but we'll use those in a minute. Okay, so I have my empty bowl, sorry, not empty, my bowl full of shaving cream, the 3 pumps, and I'm gonna do yellow for this color. So it looks kind of reddish orange, but the top is yellow, so I know it'll turn out yellow. And for me, I want it to look more yellow than orange, so I'm just gonna do a few drops, but you can do as many as you like, as I said. Good to do a few, and then add more if you like. So I'm gonna take another clean spoon and mix it up. I like working with shaving cream and colors because the colors are always turn out really cool no matter what color it is, and it just looks so fluffy. Okay, this is my yellow. I'm happy with it, so I'm gonna stick with that. So far I have 1 color with a spoon. I have a 2nd color with a spoon. And I have a 3rd color with a spoon. I forgot to put my yellow top back on. Gotta do that because we don't want the food coloring going everywhere. Okay, so now that you have your 3 base colors, they can be the primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, or they can be other colors too. What I'm going to do in these 2 empty bowls is I'm going to mix up some of the colors. So I'm thinking I want to mix my red and blue. Do you know what color you get when you mix red and blue? Well, I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to take a good dollop, a good spoonful of my red, but I want to save some because I might want to use the red for my handprint, or I might want to make another mixed color. So don't use all of it, just in case. And then I'm going to take my blue, and I'm going to add another spoonful to the red. And I like to leave some also because you can add more if you want, if you don't like the mixed color. So let's get this off. Okay. And remember, we have 2 extra spoons. So I'm going to take one of these. I have my red and blue. You can have whatever colors you chose. And I'm going to mix them together and see what happens. So these are both nice colors, so I'm sure the color I'll get will be nice. And if it's not quite what I want, I can fix it. If you have the food coloring for it, or you can mix it, you can choose your favorite color. You can choose what you think a peacock looks like, or whatever colors you want. Okay, so I got this kind of pinky purple, and I'm going to add some more blue because I want it to be a little darker. So if I add some more blue, let's see what happens. And if you run out of colors to put in the mixing bowls, you can always add more shaving cream and food coloring if you need it. I'm gonna tap this. Get it out. We don't want to get our hands messy yet. If they're messy, it's okay. But just tap that. Then have a little more blue in here, so I'm going to mix it up and see what I get. It's this pretty pink color. You know what? Because I want it to be more purple, I'm going to add some blue directly into the new mixed color and see if that works better. Be careful because sometimes when you squeeze your food coloring bottles, they spray a little. So make sure you're deep into the bowl so it doesn't get everywhere. You don't want to get it on your shirt. Okay. Great. Try that. You know what? I have some more food coloring, so I'll be right back. I'm going to get some more blue, okay? All right. I find that I love using blues. Sometimes I have a backup, which is good. All right, I'm gonna add some more. Let's see what I get. I like color mixing colors, mixing shaving cream. I feel like you can either get really excited and have fun with it, or you can still have fun, but it can be kind of like a calm activity too, if you want. So, and now that you know how to do this with the food coloring and the shaving cream and the bowls and spoons, you can make any design you want. Today we're going to do peacocks, but you can do any other design, some after the activity or some other time. Okay, so I got this kind of bluish pink, which I think is really cool looking. So I'm going to put this to the side, and I have my fifth bowl, my second empty bowl. And I'm going to do a different mix of colors. So I have yellow and blue. So I'm thinking of doing something kind of green. I don't know if yellow and blue will do that, but we can try. Okay? So I'm going to need actually a little more shaving cream because I used a lot of blue already. So just add a few more pumps. This one's making a squirting sound. Yeah, this one might be finished. I can use this one. I brought it back up. This one's kind of a gel, but it turns into white cream. Okay. I got lots of bubbles with it. I don't know if you can see. So this added shaving cream should give me more to work with. It's actually, the bubbles are kind of cool. It makes it kind of whipped looking. That's my blue. I'm going to add some more coloring because I just added shaving cream and I want it to be a little darker. When you add the white shaving cream, it makes the color lighter. When you add the dark food coloring, it makes it darker. So all right, this is the color I want, so I'm going to stop there. All right, now to make my green, I'm thinking maybe blue and yellow. So I just made more blue. So I'm going to add a spoonful of blue. And I want it to be kind of a dark green. So blue is darker than yellow. So I'm going to add a little more blue and just a little bit of yellow. But you can do it however you want to. Tap, tap. All right. 3 spoonfuls of blue, and I'm ready to add my yellow. I have my yellow here. And I'm going to add a little bit of that. What I like to do is, because I have 5 spoons, because I want to keep a spoon for the blue, a spoon for the yellow, a spoon for the red, and then spoons for the mixed colors, because then I can still have red, and I'm not like putting blue in the red bowl and then making it purple when I still want some red for later. Okay. So I have my colors, and I'm going to take my last spoon, the 5th spoon, and I'm going to, that was loud, sorry. I'm going to mix it up and see what I get. Here we go. So I got this kind of seafoam green, which is cool. I didn't expect it to be that color. I expected it to be darker, but I like it, so I'm going to keep it that way. All right. So we have our 5 bowls of colored shaving cream with their own spoons. And now we're going to get to the peacock handprint part. So if you can see, this is my handprint. So for this one, and you can do it how you like, what I did is I used the spoons to paint. You can see I had it from before. Paint kind of up to here with green, and then this part blue, and this part purple. And then I had, I connected, sometimes when you make a handprint, it's hard to get the connecting parts. So I added a little more green, and then I tapped on my fingers I keep them still, and I tap on them for 10 seconds each. And then I added some yellow for a beak, and I added then some details with my colorful pens. I added little feathers on top and some feet. Okay. So what you need is your white piece of paper. I'm going to get that. And I'm just going to do 1 peacock with you, but you can do as many as you like. Okay? You can make 2 peacock friends, a family of peacocks, whatever you like. Okay. So I'm going to do something similar to what I did here, but it's going to turn out a bit different because my colors are different. So I'm excited to see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to take this seafoam green color, and I'm going to mix it up a little more. And I'm going to use the spoon to paint from here, here, and down on the palm. Okay? But I'm going to use my right hand because this is my food coloring hand. So actually this one. All right. You can use your left hand, your right hand, whatever you want. If you use, I used here my right hand. So the peacock is facing this way, this way. If I use my left hand, the head is over here and it's facing that way. Okay? So I have these spoons, so I'm going to put them to use. I'm going to paint my palm. And you want enough so you can see the color when you make a handprint, but not so much that it's really thick and it will take forever to dry. Now these will probably take they will take some time to dry, so you'll want to leave them overnight to dry. But you can still do all the details and have fun with the project before it's dry. Okay, so I have my palm. I'm going to, it actually looks kind of blue on camera, but it's green for me. And I'm going to paint the tips, not the tips, sorry, the bottom of my fingers, including the thumb. And now that I have it here, I'm just going to take the back of the spoon and smooth it around so it's a little more smooth and regular so that I have good coverage of my hand. All right, next I'm going to do some blue. So I left the fingertips and this part of the finger without shaving cream because I want to add some different colors. You can do one handprint with one color and then another handprint with a different color and have them overlap. You can do it you can do one color, whatever you want. So next I'm going to take my blue. So I have my blue here. And I'm going to do the upper part here, these sections, and the head of the peacock, my thumb. So I'm going to put it on, and then I'll show you how I smooth it together. And this, if you want, you can take your time with it and make it super detailed, but for me, I just like feeling the shaving cream and having fun with it, so whatever design you want to do is up to you. Okay, so now that I have my blue on top, I'm going to do the same thing and use the back of my spoon to just even it out so that I get full coverage, and so the whole finger is covered so there aren't any gaps. It's okay if there are gaps, but I want to try to have fewer gaps if I can. And it looks like this. And next, I'm going to add my purple color on my fingertips. Okay. So I have this one. And I'm going to mix it up a little more. So I still have some blue streaks. And then I'm going to paint the fingertips. Okay. I'm going to leave the head just blue, but you can do the thumb as well if you want to. So I'm going to take some gloss on top of the blue. I put the blue on my fingertips, so it'll just go on top of that. It's a little hard to keep your fingertips from not getting messy when you're trying to get the last color on, if you want to do 3 colors like I'm doing. Okay, so again, I'm going to do the spoon trick where I'm going to get off the excess shaving cream and use the back of my spoon to smooth it out so that I get the part I want. That part got mixed with the blue, so I'm going to give myself some more purple. Okay. Good. So this is looking good for me. I think I'm going to add a little more green where I have some gaps here. But it's okay to have gaps if you do. A little more. Because I want a nice handprint. Okay, I filled in some gaps. And after you do the handprint, you can always touch it up with different colors. So if it's not quite how you pictured it, you can always adjust it, okay? So I'm gonna move my bowls to the side. I have my white piece of paper, and I can show you. I'm going to go like this, and I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay still, and then carefully, you need to touch the paper for this. Lift your fingers off the paper. These are my fingers now. And this is my peacock. Here, I'll put it right side up for you. Now, I'm pretty happy with the colors and the handprint. I'm sorry. Let me fix that. I'm pretty happy with how the colors turned out, and it looks like a peacock to me, so I'm happy with it. I think I'll fill in a little bit of blue just on the neck, so I have it connected. So I filled in a little blue. It's okay if it looks messy, it's fine. I think if it's messy, it's more interesting. So now what I'm gonna do before I use my pens to do details, I'm gonna wash my hands. So I'm gonna go back into my kitchen and wash my hands. Then I'll be right back and I will show you the next step, okay? So I'm gonna turn on my lights. I can go wash my hands, and it might take a little bit for you to wash your hands, but don't worry about being super, super clean because we're going to be touching the shaving cream again. So I have a little bit of food coloring still on this hand that I cleaned, but it comes off, so don't worry. All right, I'll be right back. This is why it's good to have some paper towels, because my hands are still a little colorful and I don't want to get the colors on my nice dish towels, especially if they're white ones. So paper towel I can use and throw away, so that's perfect. Okay, so my hands are pretty clean. They're still a little colorful, but there's no shaving cream left. Okay, so I have my picture. And the next step, if you would like, is to add, you can see in this one, I added a little bit of yellow for the beak. And then I added the little feathers on top and some legs. I can add an eye with the colorful pens, okay? So it's okay that we wash our hands and we're gonna use yellow because we can use our spoon, okay? So I can show you how I do that. Make sure you get enough yellow or whatever color you're using, if you would like to do a beak, and just kind of pat it on the side. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can see it's just a little bit of yellow there for a nice beak. Okay, now your shaving cream picture is still wet. Your peacock is still wet. So you can add details with pens, just be careful because if you touch this part with your hands, then it's going to look different. It'll be smudged a little. It's okay if it smudges, but it'll look different than it does now. So going to take, I have lots of colors here. I'm going to take some blue and black. Maybe I'll add some other colors later. Okay. So, I'm going to make some antenna. What I like to do is kind of position it away from me so my hand doesn't go right in the shaving cream. So this is the beak and this is the head. So I'm gonna put some antenna on here. You can do whatever details you like. And like this, I will show you when I pick it up. So I have some feathers on top because peacocks have little feathers in addition to their other colorful feathers. Okay, now I'm going to draw some feet because I want my peacock, even though it can't fly very far, I want it to be able to walk. So here at the bottom, the base of your hand down here, I'm going to draw some feet and some toes. Okay. You can put a lot of details, just a few, whatever you like. Okay? So this is how my peacock turned out. See the feet? Has a little bit of feathers here. It's a little bit of a smudge, but I like it that way. Okay? So this is my peacock. Will you show me yours? Great. So I have this peacock, and I can add more details after it dries if I want to outline the hand or add an eye on top if I would like. But for right now, I'm going to set it aside so that it can dry, and I'm going to leave it overnight because I want the shaving cream to be really dry so that I don't have to worry about it slipping off when I'm playing with my peacock. Okay? I'm setting that to the side. And now you can make more peacocks. You can make more on the same page if you have a bigger piece of paper or you have a smaller hand, or you can stop there. So now it's time to get messy again. So this is my favorite part. I love making the peacock, but my favorite part is doing even more color mixing and squishing the shaving cream. For me, it feels soft and it's colorful, and I like that feeling. So I'm going to use my spoon, grab some yellow, and just put it in my hands. So I have it from the yellow. And I'm actually going to take my watch off because I don't want it to get too dirty. Manage to take it off without touching the shaving cream. That would be quite something. You know, I think it's going to get some shaving cream on it, but I can always wash it off. So that's okay. All right, so I have the yellow. I'm going to, can you hear that? What does that sound like to you? I think it's like a crinkling. Sounds good. You can get it nice and warm. Show me your hands. Great. And you don't have to use spoons. You can just dip your finger in the colors if you want. I'm going to take some of this beautiful red color, and I'm going to add it and see what colors I get. Put it on the outside, your hands. That's super messy. So it made this kind of neon orange, which is pretty cool. Maybe next time I'll make some neon orange peacocks. Feels nice. I'm going to add some of my seafoam green, kind of like a mermaid green. A big, a big helping of it. And feels nice. And if you go like this, you can make a squish. You can make kind of looks like frosting to me, but don't. All right. Get those all nice and feeling good. I'm gonna grab some purple. Just see what colors we get. If you want, you can have more than 2 empty bowls and mix more colors with more spoons. You can have as many colors as you want. So, yeah. I kind of like just listening to it. Okay. So you can take as long as you want on this step, but I'm all set. So I'm going to go back to wash my hands, and then I'm going to show you how I clean up, because it's very important once you do something fun and messy to clean up, because this is my kitchen table, so I don't want my food to be all blue and shaving creamy. So I'm going to go wash my hands. I'll be right back, and then I'll show you how I clean up the rest of the activity. Okay? Be right back. Paper towels, definitely your best friend. Well, my best friend is probably my peacock, but paper towels are definitely good friends of mine for this activity. Okay, now that I've gotten my hands clean, you can smell them. My hands, I add a little dish soap so it can be nice and clean. And my hands smell like, they smell kind of like the ocean. So depending on what soap you use, you might have a different smell. I like that smell. It smells good and clean. Okay, so I have my bowls of shaving cream. I have my pens. And I have wipes for cleaning out. These are great. And I'm going to put my shaving cream to the side. Now, I'm going to take you with me. 1 second. And we're going to go to my sink where we're going to clean up. So, some people don't like to clean up. I think it's really fun because we have all this cool shaving cream. And now we get to add water. So, this is my kitchen. I live in Boston. That's in Massachusetts. Where are your peacocks located? All right, so I'm here at my sink, and I'm going to put the water on warm. And I have this cool thing where I can do a spray, kind of like a shower. So take my spoon first. Rinse off the pink. Now, if you used paper bowls or plastic spoons, you could throw out the bowl and you could rinse off and recycle the spoon. I used my own bowls and spoons. So I'm going to put it in the dishwasher. And now I have this bowl of this beautiful shaving cream. I'm going to add some water to it. So actually, if you can see, I don't want to spill it, but if you can see a little, it made this very light pink color when I added water. So it looks really cool. Rinse. I'm going to turn on the shower. Because it's shaving cream and it has a lot of water in it, it should wash off the bowl pretty easily and the spoon. Okay. Nice and clean. But it's not ready for me to put soup in it and eat from it yet. I still want to put it in the dishwasher. And if you don't have a dishwasher, you'll have to clean a little bit more with dish soap. Because I don't want to get any shaving cream in my soup. All right, so I'm putting that in the dishwasher. And I have some more things to clean up, but I'm going to wait for later to clean those up because I want to talk to you guys. All right, let's go back to our station. Now it's time to throw out these paper towels, but I'm going to first use them to clean off. I have a little bit of a mess here, so just kind of get the surface, get the glops, and then I'm going to throw these out. And I'm going to use my trusty wipes. So these are really great because you don't have to wet a sponge and get soap. They're already nice and wet and clean. But if you do have a sponge, that's okay too. So, I can show you my messy spot, if you can see. And I'm gonna push down a little bit hard so I can wipe up the colors. I'm going to scrub this spot a little more because it's still got a little more. My table's shaking a little bit. The spoons are making a sound. So I'm going to spend some more time cleaning up, but I just want to show you a little bit of that. So thank you so much for doing this activity with me. It was a lot of fun. I'm really glad. And I'm Lauren again. I'm from Get Your Play Online. This was Science and Sensory, and I want you to have a wonderful, beautiful, relaxed, happy, playful day. Okay, thanks for playing with me.